Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please think about doing that. I would hate for you to miss one of your readings. You hit that little bell, it'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. Okay. Let's see what we have going on here today, and I changed some of the settings on my camera, so I can't really see exactly. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords, okay, and this is related to ruin, the end of things, the dissipation, cataclysm. And I laugh because I don't really think of this card as something like that, although it could be, I guess. Usually though, I feel like this is a most welcome sign. This is a symbol, an alignment with liberation. Okay. Sometimes we become so attached to things that it's hard for us to know when it's time, when it's time to call it. And I feel like this, when this card comes up, it comes that there's an air of clarity. Okay, even if that is kind of forced into our life or into our circumstance. Okay, so I want to look at this. I see this. I look at it. I see an angel, the head, the body, and we have, of course, the wing up here. Now, I feel that this really is kind of, one of those divine offerings from the universe. One of those things that can feel like we don't understand them. It can feel even maybe a little bit cruel. This is something maybe that you have really been blindsided by. Suddenly there's a shift. Suddenly feelings have changed. Suddenly, your necessity, and I think of this as like in a job, maybe like the end of a position, the end of your relationship with your work or the company you work with or whatever it is. Now, I don't think that's exactly it, but what I do think, is that it is something that is a little bit worrisome, a little bit painful, or maybe a lot painful. But I do think that as you go into the situation, as you are probably in the midst of it, there is even just the smallest bit of relief. And I know that you are facing the unknown in some ways. If this is like the dissipation of a relationship, I know that can be a very complicated ending. Even when we are the ones that break something off, it can be that there's conflict in there, right? And so, I think as you go into this ending, there is guidance. There's a sense of being held. There is a love there, okay? And there's clarity. There's clarity. It's, you know, when things are devastated, and it's a mess, right? That's a terrible feeling. It's a terrible ordeal to have to go through. But I will tell you, as somebody who has had a lot of loss in my life, and I don't wish it on anybody, but in the wake of the grief, in the wake of, you know, a life kind of falling apart, being dismantled, there is a sense of just being able to look out and see everything as it is. There's a clarity there that is unlike any other. It's not hard to know what you want in that moment. Can you have it? Maybe not. Do you know how to go forward in the higher thinking? Maybe not, because that's pretty complex. But at a very survival level, your intuition is there and it is prominent, because it is saving you from this, you know, the survival mode, from whatever is going on. So take faith, take comfort in that ability to make quick decisions here in this period of time. And now I don't think that this is so much of a tower moment. I think this is something that maybe you kind of, you know, had some inkling or even a part in this coming, but it still feels like it was a bit of a, you know, like I said, you were blindsided to some degree. Now the good news is I feel that there is such a motivation that comes out of this. And I see here we have a person sitting on the top of a little mountain here. It kind of looks like a volcano with the smoke coming up, but really I see somebody sitting there in a meditative state, contemplating the next thing, getting up onto that summit, that peak, and that holy mountain, right? And being able to, without the restraint of a lot of in this moment, present attachment, decide, where am I going, right? Where am I going next? We have a question mark up here, and it makes me think of, you know, you are the question and the answer, okay? You have the answers, you are the answer. And in this time, I feel there is a great fortifying, okay? You're not getting knocked all the way down. You might, you know, have stumbled a bit, but you're quick to right yourself, okay? And doing it in a way that, you know, there might not be as much of a chance to relapse into this relationship or this job, the turmoil of, you know, going back and forth, and you know, maybe there's arguing, or, you know, whatever it is. And now this doesn't have to be romantic. Let me say that as well. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. I will say that this time of year, it seems like a lot of people get into places of, you know, just ill moods, ill-tempered, a lot of arguing, a lot of, you know, saying things that we shouldn't, you know, a lot of avoidance of one another, and then being kind of pushed together for different kinds of holidays and festivities, and, you know, different things going on. It can be really very stressful time, okay? And although this situation is not ideal, it is not ideal, I feel that it gives you space to really focus on yourself and the relationships in your life that are going well or that you can trust in, right? Your safe people, your support system, your animals. I can't tell you, there were quite a few years in my life I was very much alone, and my beautiful kitty cats, my companions, the ones that you see on my videos, my husband's videos. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. Go check out my husband Paul over there, great tarot reader. Go check out his readings. And I'll pause for a second and just say, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. And if this video is speaking to you at all, think about liking. It really does help the channel. Okay, so your animals, and my cats got me through a lot. They're probably like, this lady, she needs some friends. She really hangs out with us a lot. But it was a time of a lot of introspection and a lot of just learning unconditional love, like in a real way. Which is weird, right? It seems like it doesn't go together. That you spend all this time by yourself doing your own thing, but in that you learn how to love unconditionally. That you learn how to be devoted. I had never known a devoted love until I spent years by myself with my cats. I never had known. And then that prepared me to go on into this next part of my life where I did. I met my husband, who we were friends for years before we, even dated and married and had a child. And it prepared me for this next part of my life. I don't think I would have been a good partner, a good and healthy, well, I try, mother figure, if I didn't have those years to really ponder, to experiment with, really focusing on my self-work, my interior world, getting my life how I wanted it, and just being there in this thing that I had created, this little world, this tiny little universe I had created for myself. And so when I see like a card like this, I think, okay, this is hard. Yeah, things are not ideal when we get cards like the Ten of Swords. Not ideal, but a blessing maybe in disguise. I like the hard things. I do. And that's because I know that they're the things that have transformed my life the most. Do I like when things are calm and cool and everything's going along well? Nobody's arguing. There are no messes. I've had enough sleep. I didn't drink too much caffeine. Everything's perfect. Yes, of course. But listen, that is, that's almost a fairy tale. So, we make the best of these times. And I'm looking at this one and I keep thinking, it looks like an eye, okay? And it looks like it has the snake. And it looks like what I would imagine. I mean, it kind of looks like an Egyptian hieroglyph. But I look at it and I think this is kind of the eye of somebody who is awakening, somebody who is awoken. This is the eye of somebody who sees into things, not just looking at the veneer, not just looking at that beautiful outside, illusion, but really looking into it. I can imagine the vines creeping and, crawling and finding their hold and moving on and spreading out and becoming so beautiful and lush. And so it is, so if this is a difficult time, do not be disheartened by the work that you have already, or don't be disheartened. Look at the work you've already done. Okay? This is not a situation of everything is lost. Okay? This is a change in configuration. And such is life, isn't it? Such is the nature of the universe. Everything is always changing. And it's hard. And it's hard. And I take issue with it sometimes. But you know what? That's what it is. And we must look for that silver lining. We must look for the blessings in our troubles. Okay? And what is not for us is not for us. Okay? And I know. Sometimes it's that thing you really want. So many times, it's the thing you really want. You hold to it. You cling to it. And it just kind of slips through your fingers somehow. Right? I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So, and I think that's what I say. You must not covet. Covet too tightly. We have to be soft with things. Give them their space. Not just people, but all things, really. If it's for me, it's for me. It will come back to me. If I'm supposed to be aligned with whatever it is, my job, my home, my family members, my beloved, whatever. The squirrels, I want to hold them. They run for me, though. They do. They're getting closer. They know when I come out. They all look, and they're like, oh, there's the lady with the food. But they run. They don't want me to covet them. So, we have to learn. We have to learn to that middle way there. And that is a life's work in itself. Okay, so we have a person who's looking up at the moon, and above that we have this beautiful and whimsical bird. And I think of the nightingale, I think of the songs of the night. And I think that this is a good time if you are able. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, a lot easier. The nights are very long. We're getting to the longest night of the year is coming up real quick here. So if you have an opportunity to go out there and look at the sky, if especially you are like myself, you live in a place that doesn't have too much light pollution, then you're golden, right? You can go out there, you can see all the stars. I think it was last summer, the summer before, I hadn't seen the Milky Way like I did that night in so many years. When I was a kid, I would see it because my family would intentionally go to look at stars out in the middle of nowhere. But I was going out one night in the late early morning to take out garbage, or I don't know what I was doing, but I went out there and I thought, what is that streak across the sky? Is there smoke? I hadn't seen the Milky Way so prominent in so long. We have northern lights up here as well. So I thought, well, maybe it's that. But then I stood and I looked and I thought, oh my goodness. It's enchanting. It's just mesmerizing. And so go look at the wonder. Go look at that beautiful infinite. It's for you. It's for you. It's there for you to look at, for you to realize you are part of it. That is our, that is our mother, our grandmother, our, great-great-grandma, all of them. That's Nuit out there, protecting us, showing us. You think, hey, I don't know how to get started on divining. I want to, read cards or gaze or scry or read tea leaves or whatever. Well, one of the ultimate places to go do that is the night sky. Okay? It is the mirror to our infinite soul. And it's out there. It's right out the door for you. So, let's see. We're going to look at the Cincy Child Affirmation cards. And I'm just going to flip through here. Stop where it feels right. I'm going to flip her over here. And it says, I am positive energy. And energy flows freely through me. I am positive energy and energy flows freely through me. Yes, I like that. Let it flow, let it go. I like that purple color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me, Pisces. It is always, always, always such an honor and a privilege to be able to spend this time with you, to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. But we'd love for you to be part of this growing community here at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. And if you have a channel, some kind of small business, any kind of service that you offer, and you'd like to share about that, there is a post in my community section. I just reposted it or reshared it. The original one is still there, so there are a lot in the comments already if you want to go look through those. But also if you have like I said, your own channel, business, whatever, please share it on there. We want to support each other here. I really feel like if we have a little platform, I have a little platform, I want to be able to, share the ability to get your business out there. Get people going to your channel, doing your readings. There are so many amazing people on there. If you're looking for, other things, or I feel like this is my little superstitious belief, is that we are all drawn to each other. We converge in certain points in life, and if something you might be seeking might be right in there waiting for you. So go take a look. Go check out some of those other community members who are posting their wonderful work. Okay. All right. I'm going to thank you and say I love you, and we will talk real soon.